During Tuesday's sitting of Parliament, Foreign Affairs Minister Alva Baptiste said Saint Lucia and the United States had agreed on operating procedures for a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) concerning the possible transfer of certain third country nationals from the United States to Saint Lucia. Baptiste said the agreement followed discussions in 2025 when the United States approached St. Lucia and other Eastern Caribbean countries about cooperation on immigration matters. He clarified that the agreement was non-binding and that any proposed transfer would remain entirely at the discretion of both governments.
The MOU was signed in Washington by St. Lucia's ambassador to the United States. The purpose and scope of the MOU are to memorialize a non-binding understanding between the governments to facilitate the transfer of third country nationals from the United States to St. Lucia. The MOU further states at section 2.1, the government of the United States of America may, in its complete discretion, propose to the government of St. Lucia the transfer of such third country nationals. And the government of St. Lucia may, in its complete discretion, consider accepting such a proposal in whole or in part.
The MOU requires both governments to develop clear procedures for carrying out agreements. Under its terms, individuals transferred from the final or explicit removal orders and receive medical clearance from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The agreement does not apply to unaccompanied minors under 18, St. Lucia citizens or nationals or individuals with criminal records known to U.S. authorities, except where those offenses involve violations of U.S. immigration laws.
The major consideration for St. Lucia in all this has been the extent to which the United States was committed to financially support the program it had requested of St. Lucia to undertake. Taking into account St. Lucia's limited resources and circumstances, Mr. Speaker, given the potential policy, financial, and institutional implications of such an arrangement, the government considered it necessary to undertake a comprehensive technical assessment to determine the resources, governance arrangements, and financial commitments that would be required to implement the program effectively.
No transfers had taken place as discussions entered the final stage, pending agreement on the financial terms. For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.